You have discovered the Marry Your Best Friend podcast. I'm John Stewart, and I'm seated next to my beautiful wife of, 34 years. And well, one of us likes to poop.
Really? One of us likes to poop?
Well, pretty much. That's what this episode's about.
One of us might need to do it on a regular basis.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Well, this episode's really about the difference that we have around bathroom and poop humor in general. Because we've been married 34 years, and I have no idea why you need to poop as much as you humanly do.
It goes in, it's got to come out.
But I learned
Like
in
quick.
school that how is that even possible?
My mom used to ask me the same thing. She used to say, how do you take a bite? And it's just, well, it just does.
I learned in school, and I'm sure now, woke education is different, but they taught me that it takes like
Woke
12.
education.
Oh, don't make fun of the color of my poop.
Sorry.
So if it goes in your body, it has to go through your stomach, into your small intestines, large intestines, the whole thing. And I always was told it took like 12 hours for that to happen.
I'm fast.
Somehow you have lunch, and next thing you know, you're going to the bathroom.
I'm fast. I'm telling you. I'm speedy, even on the inside. I do everything speedy.
You're going to learn a lot listening to this podcast.
Just fast.
None of the information is going to be something you actually need in life, but you will learn a lot.
What to know in life.
Yeah, but let's back up. Why do you find, I do not understand fart humor. I do not understand, I should say, number one, I don't understand fart humor. And number two,
It's
see,
just
right
funny.
then, right then, you found that humorous
It's
because I said
so
number one and said
funny.
number two. Where in your life did you, how does fart humor become humorous to you?
Well,
Who
I
raised
shared
you?
a bathroom with my brother. My brother is hilarious.
Yeah, your brother is pretty funny.
He's so funny. And we shared a bathroom. We did everything together. Everything together. And I don't know, I have a 9-year-old boy's sense of humor. I just think it's funny. And he's always making up songs. Okay, so when John Andrew was born, I don't know if you remember this.
I remember that day.
Well, he was the first grandchild. He was actually the first baby that my brother had really been around, for any length of time. And we we visited often, and then we moved in with them, remember, for a little while. Mm-hmm. And so Christopher makes up these songs about everything. And so he said, my goodness, all he does is eat and pee and poop. And then he just started making up this song, and the song was gotta go dee dee, gotta go poo poo. And he used to sing that to John Andrew all the time. And actually, he is Uncle TT.
That's where he got Uncle TT.
That is where he got Uncle TT. Yeah, that's everybody calls him Uncle TT.
Gotta go TT, gotta go poop.
Yeah.
Not really the hit song that you probably thought it was, but I don't understand. It's like your dad,
Man of faith and power.
God's man of faith and power.
True, yes.
Did he find poop humor funny?
He did. I think we all did. It was just a family thing. The other day when we were at the antique store and somebody had taken.
First off, you cannot go to an antique store without having what do they call it? Crop dusting? Like when some old lady kind of walks past you.
That's the Hallmark store too.
Oh my Lord. You always find that humorous too. It's like I walk through the airport and it happens every now and then. I'm like, who are these people that are just letting it fly as they walk?
I think it's the type of person that it is. It just makes me laugh. No, but we were in the antique store the other day and somebody had taken the Scrabble tiles and spelled out, like poop and fart. And it made me laugh because it made me think of my brother. My brother would totally do this. Okay, he worked in a super straight-laced kind of. Do you remember that when he worked in that office and they had all the cubicles and everything like that? Okay, so he bought this little machine. And he would hide it in plants and stuff, and it had like a remote, and so he would put it behind somebody's cubicle, and then he would just push the button and and then everybody would turn and look. I don't know. It's just. It makes me laugh. I can't help it.
My dad, I guess my father had poop humor because he would always go, "Hey, kid, pull my finger."
Yeah, that's just a typical grandpa joke, though. I don't think he had the creativity.
You don't think he invented that joke?
I don't think so.
You think
no.
other people pulled their finger?
I think that joke was handed down.
Do you think that my father was the one who invented the gunshot fart? Where he kind of points his finger at you and just goes...
That's a good one. I can totally see your dad.
Oh, no. I'd be like walking through the house and he'd look at me like, hey, kid. And I'd be like, who is this guy?
That's the 1970s typical dad.
Once again, you're laughing at that.
It's so funny. It's just because you're vulnerable, I think is what it is.
Did your dad ever pass gas?
That is so inappropriate. Yes. And he would say, we would go, Dad. And he would say, I stopped doing that about 30 seconds ago.
Well, your brother, it's funny because you talk about your brother. My brother, David, and I don't think he's sophisticated enough to listen to this podcast, but
he's very proper.
He is very proper. But he used to threaten me like back
Did he ever say, I'm going to sit on you and fart on your face and all that like you said?
No. What makes you think that that's part of our relationship? No, but
brothers.
But he's 11 years older than I am.
That's
and
true.
So
that is true.
I do specifically remember like going on a road trip and like I was not allowed to go over a certain line in the back seat of the car.
Oh, Christopher and I did the same. Yeah, we had to put it down the middle, like don't touch my side.
If I crossed over, his way of paying me back was to fumigate the car, basically. And I've never known anybody that could do that. Like
on cue.
Oh yeah, it'd be like if I cross the line, I'll just like, I would go, come on, and I'm glad you're enjoying this episode because I'm not. But like,
He's
yeah,
gifted.
And then bathrooms. I mean, like, think about bathrooms in general, because you and I have different views of bathrooms. I like to go into the bathroom. I like to close the door. I like to be in my own space. Like I'm in this bathroom. It's my room. I can take a shower. I can go to the restroom. I can wash my hands. I can shave. I can do everything. But if you'll walk in and go, are you on the toilet? Not, I'm in there, but that's your one question. Are you on the toilet? And whatever else I'm doing, if I'm taking a shower, if I'm shaving, then you view that as the toilet is open for going to the bathroom.
You gotta go. I mean, when you're a mom, there is no sanctity of the bathroom ever. And then having Christopher and I share a bathroom growing up, it was like, you did what you had to do, and then you have children and they don't care. They just come in when you're doing whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter. There is no privacy.
So you've talked to your kids while you're on the toilet? Like when they would walk in and you're still sitting on the toilet?
Have mercy. Yes. Come and sit on the floor and eat a cracker while you're trying to go to the bathroom, or when, anything. Yes. Dogs. Nothing leaves a mom alone when they have to go to the bathroom.
I do have
or take a shower. I will take a shower and I'll open the shower curtain and one of the dogs will be sitting there waiting on me. Mm-hmm. You don't get the bathroom by yourself.
I do have a dog that follows me into the bathroom. I mean, Bella always comes in there just to check, make sure I'm doing what I wonder if it's because I watch her when she goes potty.
I have heard that that's a thing, that if they look at you, like when they look really intense into mm-hmm. your eyes, while they go to the bathroom, that is because they're pack animals. And so they want you to watch for them to make sure that it's safe because they're vulnerable when they go to the bathroom. I did read an article about that. Look at me, I'm smart.
You are smart about poop humor and poopy things and bathroom
Dr.
humor.
Dr. Pole. I don't know.
Oh my God. Well, and like we have a dog that gets mad at us too. And its way of paying us back is to poop.
Ugh. If we're not paying her attention.
We'll go outside, we'll take her out, she'll play Frisbee. If she comes inside, she doesn't get what she wants, then she'll leave you a present.
And because like the smaller it is, the more mad she really was.
I can't believe we're talking about this on episode 10.
This
is episode 10 of the Marry Your Best Friend podcast, and somehow you're going to learn everything about bathroom humor and farts and everything else. And
this is what we have to deal with every day. Every day we're shoveling shit outside. I mean, the horses go, the goats go.
You just ruined our PG rating by dropping that.
That is what it is.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Every guy always wonders.
That's not a curse word. That's what it is.
Why do women take friends to the bathroom?
You mean I'm going, you'll go?
Yeah,
I mean,
all through junior high and high school, it'd be like a girl be like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. Who wants to go? And all of a sudden, this pack of girls goes to the bathroom.
You know what? That was never my MO. I didn't really need that, I mean, I guess it was a social thing. Mm-hmm. Like when you're in high school, especially junior high.
But my age
like
group,
a social thing.
I never looked at Scott and said, "Hey, dude, let's go to the bathroom."
Because you don't go in there and you don't like share lipstick or talk about the boy that you're with or whatever. It was like a gathering hole.
Although I will tell you, there is one time that I remember going to the bathroom with Scott. We didn't plan it actually the night before. My dad used to have Pacers tickets. And we had 4 Pacers tickets, and
He had tickets to everything.
he did. Well, he had client engagement stuff and entertainment, but Scott and I got the Pacers tickets, and we're 4 guys or whatever. We all went downtown, drove downtown, went to the Pacers game, and John, being from Texas and all, wanted to impress his friend Scott by eating jalapeno peppers.
Oh, I'm very afraid of where this is going.
Scott, of course, thought that he was as man as I was, and so we had a jalapeno pepper eating contest over nachos. And so it has that squeezy cheese and the nachos, and I think we each
That hurts my stomach right now just thinking about it.
2 high school kids eating jalapeno peppers. I had like 40 of them. Scott did too. We all like big and all were cool. The next day, right outside Mr. Barcio's Latin room, was the bathroom that was right there. I was in the German class next door, and my stomach absolutely was locked up.
I've been there.
Oh, I'm sure you have. But you plunged it after about a minute and a half. This was the next
I'm telling
day.
you, your butthole's on fire.
This was at least 12 hours later after it processed through my body.
It's so bad.
So I rush into the bathroom, and I'm sitting in a stall, and I'm like, ugh, and like I just groan, and I'm like, ugh, and what do I hear next to me? Stuart, is that you? Small Stiggs on the other side. Giving me a
I'm sure
square.
he appreciates you sharing that story.
Well, I mean, he poops too. I mean, like
There's a book even.
I know, and we had the
Everybody
book Everybody Poops, and kids loved it, and you instilled. That's the problem. You instilled this humor in our boys.
No, I didn't. Boys just have that humor. You're
I
just an
don't-
anomaly.
I am not just an anomaly. So, I can't wait to hear the response to this because I think that I am not an anomaly. I think other people
I
don't
went
enjoy
upstairs
poop
and I'm
humor.
cleaning the bathroom one day, and I see it's like it's either
All the naked Barbies.
No, yeah, naked Barbies all the time. But no, I see upstairs there's like a sticker or it's a pin or something, and it's just in bright red letters. It just says fart. And it was just one of the boys. See, so you're just one of those neat, tidy.
Do women have, I mean, like when you go into the women's room, ladies' room, and you're putting on, you're exchanging lipstick and you're talking about boys and whatever else you're doing, do you not have rules? Because like there are certain rules when a man goes into a bathroom. Like if I
We
walk,
all go in a stall. Y'all just stand at a trough.
well, we don't have a trough.
Well,
They're called urinals. They'll have individual urinals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but men have rules. Like if I walk in, first off, we're in the summer, and don't go into a public restroom if you're wearing flip flops and you're a man. That's like one of those things.
That's
that, like,
gross.
I know because trust me, I wear flip flops all the time, and walking around, it's like you can only go to the urinal when there's nobody else around. And
oh, that's nasty.
I know because some other guy might splash on you, and then it's bad. I know.
Okay.
No,
and next.
But man rule number 1, you walk in, there's 3 urinals on the wall. Which one do you go to?
Oh, the one farthest away from the door.
Well, either one, but you have to go to one of the ends. The guy who's like the man spreader that goes in the middle, it's like totally uncomfortable because then you're like, either way, you're like, dude, I'm going to be too close to you. The other rule you have is you're not allowed to look down. Guy who looks down, got to question him.
Wow.
No, got all kinds of rules. Don't look down. Don't
you
wear
are
flip flops.
the man of rules.
And I also kind of mentally am aware of when certain men go to the bathroom and then just kind of bypass the sink and don't wash their hands.
That's just gross in any situation. That's, yeah. No. Women wash their
It would
hands.
surprise you who does that. I have like a list, and guess what? None of them are actually my friends anymore because they are.
Do you remember that Seinfeld episode?
I do not.
Where they went to the Poppy's restaurant. He went in the bathroom with Poppy, and Poppy didn't wash his hands, and then he refused to eat. Those of you that are listening, you will know that episode if you're a Seinfeld fan.
Well, and privacy in general. I enjoy the privacy of the room. I have.
What, of our bathroom? Going in
No,
our
just in
bathroom and just
bathrooms
like
in
being
general.
in there all by yourself because
Bathrooms
you're
in
so
general.
special that nobody comes in there and bothers you when you go to the
So
bathroom?
today I posted on Facebook that old, for some reason, my favorite post of all time, or my post that is your favorite of all time.
Yeah, best best story ever.
It's not that great of a story, but
It's a fantastic story. If you know you and you know what a germaphobe you are, and you know
I'm a germaphobe, but
and you have all the rules of the bathroom, you have all the rules about everything. Just tell the story.
Well, no.
It's classic.
So I was at the World Scout Jamboree over in Japan. This is 2015, so 8 years ago. And when you have these temporary events, so like the National Scout Jamboree just ended today, actually. And when we built that summit site, there were 336 bathrooms there on site. All have individual showers.
I'm surprised that's all there were.
336 shower buildings, I should say.
Okay.
Each shower building, because it's built to handle 40,000 people, each shower building handled 10 showers, 10 toilets, the whole thing. And it was really cool because these bathrooms are all in triplexes. And you can say this one's for youth, this one's for adult, this one's for youth female, this one's for youth male. We built this back in 2013, 2012, 2013. The site opens. Everybody, bathrooms are working, porcelain toilets, real showers, the whole thing. I called my friend leading up to the National Jamboree just a couple of weeks ago, and I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Actually, right now I'm dropping off woke bathrooms."
Woke?
Yeah, and I said, "What do you mean woke bathrooms? Like millions of dollars are spent on all these bathrooms at the summit." And he said, "Oh no, well today we have to have portable shower houses, which number one, that's a horrible sustainable play because of chemical toilets and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they had to drop these shower houses there for those who didn't identify as either male or female, and also those who don't feel comfortable being in a group shower facility because it causes them anxiety."
That.
Really?
I can understand not wanting to be in a group. Yeah.
But part of that's being in scouts, part of that's being in sports.
I don't know. Women don't do that. I mean, well, I didn't play sports. And when I was in college, we didn't have a bathroom on our floor. We had a suite bathroom. That does give me anxiety.
I get it. But when we get to a place where everybody has their own private bathroom, which is where maybe I am woke, because I would like to have my own private bathroom and not be with everybody else and have just my own space. But anyway, these bathrooms, the funny thing is that
maybe I am woke.
Maybe I am around bathrooms.
I don't think so.
I'm partial woke. So they bring the bathrooms in, and true to scout nature, guess what? They were all air conditioned. So where do you think the kids are hanging out in the
individual bathroom?
Absolutely. If you're hot and all of a sudden you're living in a tent and there's an air conditioned space over there, all of a sudden you're identifying as whatever. I'm identifying as hot.
I'm going
to go into that bathroom
hot, and I'm going to stand over here for about 45 minutes.
In Japan in 2015, this is the story that you like. They had adult showers for men, for women, but they had them in like a temporary container type thing. So it was a very tight, very, very tight area. And they had showers on both sides, and they had wood pallet floors. And in the middle of the wood floor, they had a bench. And so you'd have to take your towel in there and you kind of lay it down, and you would, get in the shower and get out. And it was very hot there. Jay Daniel always calls the time we were in Japan, the time we were in the blast furnace. It was that hot.
Blast furnace, yes.
Oh, it was awful. And you took a shower. And this one moment I'm there, I'm taking my shower, and I walk out of the bathroom, out of the shower stall, and there's a bench there, and I have my towel, and I'm driving myself off, and I'm naked, and I have the towel, and we're almost around my waist, and right around then, a scout leader from China, who happened to be probably, I don't know, ancient, from the Ming Dynasty. This guy was I
think that's what makes it so funny.
No. I'm drying off,
man.
very wrinkly, and I see him think about a peach that's about 4 weeks old. He comes walking towards me, and I'm looking at him. I'm drying off, and he has a towel kind of not wrapped all the way around. He's holding it with both of his hands, and he trips on the wood pallet that's on the floor, and in slow motion I see this happening. His towel drops. He starts falling forward towards me, and I have nothing to do but to catch. So at this point, this man is laying in my, right here on my chest.
It's just a little old raisin of a man.
Well, we both have male parts, speaking of raisins, and we touch. He looks at me. I say, "Oh, I'm sorry." He
doesn't understand.
Doesn't understand me. He says something to me. I kind of help him up and stand up. And at that point, I got to take another shower. His male parts touch my male parts. And you always loved that show, Modern Romance, not Modern Family, when Cam and his father-in-law touch butts.
Accidentally touch butts.
But why the bathroom humor? Once again, why is it funny thinking about another man falling into my arms naked?
It's just because you're so germy and he's so wrinkly and old and doesn't speak English. I don't know. It's just the whole thing. The whole thing just cracks me up. Like, it's the funniest thing ever. Just makes me laugh.
I didn't find that story very humorous, but then when I checked in at the office, Loretta, who worked with me, she said, "Oh, we all got a good kick out of that one." Like one person in a cubicle read it, and then the next person told it. So
Very good.
Anyway,
so there is no privacy for anyone in our own home,
I guess,
away from home.
No, but I'm in the dressing area getting ready. Have you ever had? I mean, like dressing rooms. That's a private place for you.
Dressing rooms are not at all private. They're not.
Every time I've been with you, first off, a man never likes to. When you summon me into the dressing room to see what something looks like, that's the worst. Because you walk in there and the lady's like, "Oh, she wants you in there because she's trying to sell clothes," but then you're like, "Who else is in here? Who else am I?"
That only happens like when we're in a really nice, like a Neiman's or a Saks or someplace like that.
But it's
not like at TJ Maxx.
I've never been to TJ Maxx at all ever in my life. So you've never. That's a place that I will not go.
I'm not gonna.
Or what's the Burlington Coat Factory? This episode is not being brought to you by Burlington Coat Factory because I will never shop there. But you told me they sell more than coats too. But
yes, they do. But no thanks.
Dressing rooms.
Yeah, I had an experience. Just recently. This was not my first experience, nor I'm sure it will, not be the last. But last week I was at a place and I saw that they had this, we have a wedding coming up. And I thought, oh, that is a great dress for the wedding. And it's, semi-formal and I could wear it for, I'm thinking of all the things I could do. And I thought, oh, it's even my size on the tag. So I take it back and I just, think this is going to fit and I'm going to look rocking in this beautiful hot pink, very shiny, halter-ish type formal, cocktail dress. No.
Didn't fit?
I got stuck. I got stuck in it and I couldn't.
Hold on.
No, I couldn't get out.
Like it was already zipped?
Like I thought I could put it over my head and not unzip it. It had a zipper in the back. And then it went around your neck like the halter did. And it had like 3 tiny buttons back there. But it was big enough for me to put my head in. So I wriggled into it. And then it just kind of stopped. And I couldn't get it all the way down. And I couldn't get out. And I couldn't reach the zipper. So it was just there. And
do they have like a cord in there where you can call somebody?
No, but there were like boobs coming out. There was like fat coming out. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to leave this dressing room. I'm sweating. I'm in a full-on panic thinking I'm going to have to leave this dressing room and ask somebody to help me get out of this dress. If they could unzip it, then maybe I could get out. And then I thought, no, I can't do that because it was so horrible. Then maybe I would just rip it and just take it to the front and pay for it and just say, it's a wash because I can't.
So what'd you do?
Well, the Lord blessed me with these monkey arms and they're super long and I wriggled it down and I got part of it down and I just scooched the zipper down like millimeter by millimeter until I could get my arms out. And then I realized that the buttons were around my neck and I had twisted the dress around. Somehow I got it out, but I was held hostage. I was held hostage in the dressing room by a pink cocktail dress.
So it went back on the
Yeah, I didn't have to rip it or anything.
Some lady in Noblesville, Indiana.
Hey, and let me tell you that I went back to that store and that dress is gone. So it fits somebody, but it was not me.
So if we're at the wedding, we see some lady wearing a pink dress.
No, she had a hard time getting in that dress.
Oh, I just feel sorry for the woman who has your sweat all over her dress.
Oh, man, I was panicking.
This happened to me one time. I mean, remember I bought a really nice pair of equestrian boots. Riding boots. And I put them on and I got stuck. So the reason why I like custom boots is I've got a high, not arch, but right above that. But for it to go around the part of the boot, I've got to have a little bit more room than so like I need a boot size 13 in the neck just so I can get my size 10.5 foot in there. And I didn't realize that with those English riding boots.
And they're tight and hard to get on anyway.
Well, and I wear Western boots, but I was all excited about having some English boots that I could wear to headless and ride an English saddle and all that. And I got these boots, and I pulled them on, and my foot got stuck halfway in it.
Yeah, there's nothing. And
then you start hyperventilating. You're
yes,
like, oh my gosh,
a total panic.
I'm stuck. Like, what am I going to do? And you literally think, I'm going to have this boot around my foot for the rest of my life.
And it just gets tighter and tighter, and it feels tighter, even though it probably isn't. It just, you feel like your body is expanding as it's getting smaller.
No, I remember that feeling.
So what did you do with those brand new boots that you brought home and tried on?
I just cut them off. Never wore them. Brand new. Like, totally cut them
Threw
off.
them away.
I'm sure if you look on Facebook Marketplace, there's one size 10.5 question boot. Actually, I probably threw both of them away. I could have kept one as a decor piece, I guess, for you.
I don't know. All I know is getting stuck like that and feeling like you have no choice but to call in a stranger to help you. That's a panicky feeling. That's a panicky feeling.
When else do you feel panic?
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you met me? Are you new here?
When
I panic about everything all the time.
This is my technique to not speak about poop. So what else causes you to panic?
I panic about everything. I panic about being lost. I panic about...
You are lost all the time. That's why you panic about it, I guess.
Yes. It's, even though cell phones have sort of taken over our lives and people complain, oh, nobody knows how to read a map or whatever. No, I can't read a map. It's so hard for me. It's so mathematical and tedious, and I can't look at it and drive. And to have that say, turn left at the next stoplight, go past this light, and at the next light, turn right. It's just like somebody has given me a Prozac.
But how, this is an area that I've never understood about you. You have no idea which way is which. No, not
north
sitting
and
right
south
here.
and
Where's
stuff.
north?
Oh, that way?
Which way?
I don't know. Behind us?
South.
Okay, I don't. That just is.
But everywhere you walk. But if you, does your mind not comprehend?
I just don't get. Yeah, it just doesn't come in and absorb. But I don't understand.
You see the sun. God gave us this. The sun comes up in the
east.
There you go. See, so every time the sun comes up, then you know where the east is. You know where the sundown is in the west, and then north would be that way.
You know what? I'm in bed when the sun comes up.
I get it. But when you're driving, you should just be able to sit there and go, "That's east. That's west. That's north. That's south."
No. But it all is different.
And then when we moved to Indiana, I remember I was so excited about moving you to Indiana because Indiana streets are so simple. Because we're at 186th
It's better
Street.
now than it is when I was in Texas. That is a whole...
If you're not from Indiana, or if you're not from Indianapolis was laid out on a grid. And so everything is north and south and east and west based on the Monument Circle, which is right in the center of Indianapolis where the circle is. And so we're at 186th Street. So that tells you how far are we from the circle?
I don't know. That's math.
18.6 miles from the circle. So.
Oh, could I do that? That's math.
186 to 18.6.
Let's go back to the episode where my pet peeves were. Remember one of them? Math.
That's right.
Okay.
But anyway.
Math.
But you get lost all the time. Okay. What else causes you panic?
When I can't find something. That sends me into a complete panic. Like my car keys. It used to be when the kids were little and they had an activity, scouts or soccer or whatever, and they had to have a certain uniform. Then I would panic if I A, couldn't find it, or B, it was in the dirty clothes and it needed to be clean. Not picking your clothes up from the cleaners, that will cause me to panic because you will freak out.
But then things like being late never causes you to panic.
Well, not if it's something that's not like a doctor's appointment or what. You know what? If you're late, you're late.
But that causes me stress and me panic.
But you know what? If it's just me, I am not late. It's when those little people that live upstairs that I have to cart everywhere have to go with us. That's what makes me late.
Okay.
I am speedy.
Okay.
I am.
I'm married to my best friend, and I'm going to leave it right there.
I am late because of circumstances.
Beyond control.
Beyond my control, yes.
Okay. So Snakes. That's a good
Oh
one.
my! Don't even talk about it. You know that I have a
Phobia?
real life, a real phobia. That's not just like, ooh, I don't like snakes. No, like have a nightmare. You've shaken me in the
Let
middle
me
of
ask
the
you
night.
something else that causes you a little stress. Did you hear anything from your mother after the last episode? Are we okay?
I told you, you're supposed to hide this.
I know, but she doesn't know we're doing a podcast.
Right. So therefore I don't have stress from talking about it.
All right. So we did get a few listener comments from the last episode.
We did?
We did.
Should we do a little Q&A?
No, because I didn't really like the listener comments. The first one was...
What did you not
The
like?
first one was, John, stop talking and let Suzanne talk.
But it's not just my podcast. It's our podcast.
And then, yes, but I'm married to my best friend, and somebody else liked to remind me that Suzanne is funny. Let her be funny.
Sometimes I'm just funny about certain things.
Well, sometimes your friends are a little vocal and like to make
Were all
comments.
those comments from my friends?
Well, your friends are my friends too, so they're our friends that made comments. Okay. But another one was that I needed to slow down when I speak.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you're just moving too fast.
And I would like to remind you that we are now global.
Do we have 1, 2,
No,
3? How many?
Last I checked, we have listeners in Africa. Listeners.
Plural.
Yeah, plural. Dose. Somebody is listening in Europe.
Not even. Okay.
And then I'm actually traveling to Southeast Asia next week, hoping that we can get at least one. I'm gonna evangelize the whole area, and I'm gonna
really do some PR.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a sticker, marry my best friend sticker podcast, and
okay.
I need to learn to translate Spotify. So anyway, we've talked long enough, and Suzanne,
about absolutely nothing.
Well, exactly. We talked about poop, and we talked about bathroom humor, and we talked about all these things, and people, I guess it's normal in your family to talk about this, but certain families like mine, we didn't really.
I think, you know what? This is you and I talking, and this is what we have to deal with in life. Mm-hmm. You know, me getting arrested, me getting, being held hostage in a dressing room, you catching a very ancient little Chinese gentleman.
I'm hoping that I see him next week.
And it's just, these are things that happen. These are things that go on in our life, and
it's just part of it.
It's just part of who we are. It is the fabric of our being.
Well, I will tell you, I appreciate you guys listening. Suzanne, happy 10th episode. We are going to have an 11th episode. And what are we going to talk about?
I don't know. I didn't decide what we were going to talk about this time.
Well, I think that we will talk about one of us has a lot of rules.
Oh, I'm going to start making a list right now.
Oh, do you think it's you?
I do not think it's me.
You have rules. Join us next time on the Marry Your Best Friend podcast. I love my wife. I like sitting with her and talking about 98% of the subjects. Tonight was the 2%. But join us on the next episode when we talk about one of us has a lot of rules.